Hey folks, Tate here with Do All Outdoors. Today we are going to be assembling the Flyway 30. So we'll do this in 2 steps. I've got everything laid out here. In the beginning, we're going to take it and flip the trap upside down. So our first step, we're going to take our 2 safety studs, and towards the rear of the trap near the circuit board here, we're going to thread these from the outside in and just hand tighten those. All right, so those are the first step. From there, what we're going to do is we are going to attach the leg brackets along with the safety ring brackets. And what you're going to do on here is you're going to take these 2 of the 4 for each side of the 5mm Allen head screws, and we will begin by doing the leg bracket first and then the safety ring arm after that. We'll thread them in here at the front of the trap, and we'll start doing it by hand, and then we'll finish it with that 5mm Allen wrench. So we'll do that side, and then we'll repeat the process for the other side, taking 2 more of the 5mm Allen screws, thread them in by hand, and then again I'll just tighten each side with that 5mm Allen wrench. Okay, so we got those leg brackets on. The next step from there is, before we flip the trap over, we got 2 more things to put on. We've got the rear base stand here, which we just slide in at the rear of the trap. And you've got the bolt holes built into that bracket. We're going to take 2 of these hand screws here and just thread those into that bracket. So first, we're going to put these legs in the front. We've got 3 different points you could set these legs at as far as a height for a variation of throw. For today, we're just going to select one and go with it. And then for this, we're using the other 2 hand screws. Just tighten those in by hand, secure them on. Do the same with the other side. Make sure you just put them at the same height, regardless of which bolt hole you are choosing. Alright, got those legs in. Now the final step before we flip it over is we're going to rotate this arm out to the 12 o'clock position, and we're going to take our mainspring with this hand crank. What we're going to do is take the hand crank off, and with that arm pointed out at 12 o'clock, we're going to take this little eyelet here, hook that mainspring up to it, and then take the spade bolt, slide it here through the rear of the trap, and this hand crank is just a hand tighten, and you're going to move it until you feel some tension in that spring, and then from there you can tighten or loosen depending on how hard and fast you want the machine to throw, but we're just going to set it there for the time being. And now we'll go ahead and take the trap, flip it over, and continue from there. Okay, now that we got the trap flipped upright, we're going to go ahead and start with these stacker poles. So when you get the trap, you're going to have 4 rubber caps on top of these studs here. Remove those, and the stacker poles just slide on each one of those. All right, and on top of that, we're going to put our horseshoe with our 4 11mm head bolts on there. So we're just going to begin by hand tightening each of these on, and then we'll finish getting them a little snug with the ratchet. Okay, and again, this is a 11mm I've got here. And we don't have to torque these on real tight, just get them secure. All right. Okay, now we're going to take the safety ring and we're going to thread it through the safety ring arms at the front. I found this is the easiest way to do it rather than go around the whole thing. Is to stick one end through one arm, the other end through the other arm, and then once you get those in there, you'll just secure that safety ring onto these studs at the rear of the trap. Alright, now this is fully assembled. At this point you can plug in the foot pedal onto the plug here at the rear of the trap, and you are ready to go. So it's going to be, make sure that your thrower is in the off position before you hook it up to a battery. Anytime you're going to work on the thrower, make sure to remove the main spring, or if you're moving the thrower, remove the main spring. But after that, you should be good to go to the field.